It was a crushing. It was an absolute drubbing by the Indiana Fever. I mean, they really put it on. Right here, you can see 24 points. I've got a theory that she's going to be back next week. But that's just a theory for now. All right, let's get to the game. 81-54. I mean, seriously, for the Aces. Points in the paint, 38-20. I mean, it was a dominant win by the Indiana Fever. Let's just get right here. I said
Kelsey Mitchell and Aliyah Boston just dominated the reigning champs, but that's not even the craziest part. The Fever destroyed the Aces by 27 points, with standout defensive stops and jaw-dropping plays. Here's the thing, there's more to this blowout than meets the eye.
There is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The Indiana Fever have won. They won by a gazillion points, 81-54. Pillow, if she can get to her after this game. NaLyssa Smith set basketball back 1,400 years tonight over the feared Las Vegas Aces. By the way, Becky Hammon, she may literally smother NaLyssa Smith in her sleep.
Especially with Caitlin Clark about to return and an all-star break looming. This reality check might flip the script for the entire WNBA season. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
When you've got a big three, you've got to have a big game from 2 of the 3. Now, the third is actually setting out, and we've got either Natasha Howard or Ari McDonald, Lexi Hall. I mean, seriously. Back to 1776. I mean, wow. Wow, it was bad. It was bad, but it was a great overall performance. What have I been saying, folks? Somebody of that ilk stepping up for that third role, right? That third person that's going to be there in Caitlin Clark's place.
Imagine this, the Indiana Fever didn't just win, they embarrassed the defending champion Aces with a blowout by 27 points. And while Kelsey Mitchell's 25 points were the headline, this game was about much more than stats or even a single victory. Mitchell wasn't just scoring, every bucket came with confidence, as if she wanted to remind everyone that this is her team. Then there's Aliyah Boston, dropping 20 points, grabbing 7 boards, and looking completely comfortable handling the physicality in the paint. This wasn't the kind of domination you expect from a rookie. It was leadership, plain and simple. Factor in Natasha Howard's 16 points and 10 rebounds, and it's clear this team has depth. This wasn't luck, and it wasn't a fluke. The Fever are building something real. But let's address the elephant in the room, Caitlin Clark. We all know the hype she brings. Her highlight reel alone could sell out arenas.
20 points, 7 boards right there. Natasha Howard, a sneaky double-double. A sneaky 50%, 11 points, 10 boards, 3 assists. And we got that. Kelsey Mitchell, an absolute beast. 28 minutes, 9 of 18, 50%, 25 points. Aliyah Boston, 9 of 13, 69% from the field. Guys, I'm going to tell you, Sophie Cunningham, she only had 2 points. She had a very, very big steal. The Aces tried to put a little run together to start the third quarter.
But here's the question. With Mitchell and Boston thriving and the team focused on sharing the ball, how does Clark's return change their chemistry? Clark's an undeniable star, but her ball-dominant tendencies could clash with this unselfish, balanced approach the Fever just used to dismantle the Aces. Adding a player like her mid-season is like introducing a new gear to a finely tuned machine. It can make you faster or throw the whole system off.
And Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hall shut that shit down. They shut it down by hitting some big shots. She's the only one that showed up for the Aces. 29 points and a bunch of nothing from anybody else. Jackie Young, 6 points, folks. 6 points. Like I said, the referees were starting to get on the side of the Aces. They were trying to wheel the Aces back in, and Sophie Lexi stepped in and sort of killed it.
Look at what teams like the Storm experienced when integrating big personalities or skill sets around Sue Bird. Sometimes the adjustment period works wonders, but just as often it takes time or causes unexpected setbacks. A similar question looms over Indiana now. Against the Aces, it wasn't about 1 or 2 players taking over. It was about everyone stepping up. Michaela Timpson's block shifted momentum. Sophie Cunningham drained threes at critical moments. Even the bench set the tone. It's a blueprint for success. But with Clark, the Fever need to redefine what that balance looks like. This win isn't just a statement, it's a test. Can Indiana keep building this team-first identity with Clark in the mix? The schedule ahead won't be forgiving, and we're about to see what this team is really made of. Beating the Aces in dominating fashion turned heads, but what's waiting for the Fever next could define their season. They've got a brutal stretch leading up to the All-Star break, 6 games in just about 2 weeks, and these aren't bottom-of-the-table matchups. They'll face playoff favorites like the Liberty and the Sun, teams that are not just chasing wins but championships. The Liberty, fresh off a title, are looking to keep building their dynasty. Meanwhile, the Sun already gave the Fever problems earlier in the season, and don't forget, they're the team that ended Caitlin Clark's college career last year. This stretches the gauntlet everyone's been talking about, and it's coming fast. Right now, the Fever are riding high. That confidence from dismantling Las Vegas by 27 points puts momentum on their side. But momentum only matters if you can sustain it. Here's where things get interesting. Without Caitlin Clark, they've found something that works. Mitchell and Boston are proving they can lead, and the supporting cast is stepping up every night. The question is whether that keeps up under the kind of pressure these next games will bring. Every win they've earned so far has been a piece of the puzzle, but adding Clark back into the rotation is like tossing in a shiny centerpiece. It could click perfectly or mess everything up when that final image needs to be clear. And while the scoreboard suggests dominance in their win against the Aces, advanced stats highlight areas they must tighten up. Their defensive efficiency has shown improvement game to game, but against elite offenses like New York's, they'll need to match firepower without losing defensive focus. Consistency is where seasons are won or lost. Mitchell's leadership and Aliyah Boston's all-around adaptability have been key, but 2 of their big 3 have to deliver in every game just to keep pace against these playoff-level teams. The Fever showed against the Aces that they can take down anyone, but the question isn't about one big win anymore. It's about turning performances like that into a habit. How they respond now will decide their future. The Fever's 81-54 blowout against the Aces wasn't just a win, it sent a clear message. They're ready to contend. Kelsey Mitchell's 25 points and Aliyah Boston's 20-point dominance, mixed with Natasha Howard's versatility, showcased a team clicking on every level. The chemistry here is undeniable, but adding Caitlin Clark soon, that's the real wild card. Will her star power elevate this squad or disrupt what they're building? The road ahead is brutal, but this team showed they're no longer backing down. The WNBA's balance of power is shifting fast, and you can feel it. The Fever are right in the middle.